Introducing PANA Kanal. This is a trend following indicator with pullbacks, but it's a bit different. So this is not your regular pullback kind of a system. So first of all, doing things a bit backwards today. As you can see by the time, it's 2 o'clock, so I did my trading with it already, but I did not have the time to make an introduction video, so I'm doing this introduction kind of after the fact, and then I will attach the morning live trading video immediately following this introduction. So this indicator, like a lot of the other indicators, has the trend, right, and then a pullback. Now this is somewhat different. So just like a lot of their other indicators, right, we have a trend change and a pullback. Now this one though is somewhat different. First of all, this ribbon that you see over here, this consists of Fibonacci retracements and average true range. So it is more sensitive to momentum shift in a direction of a trend, and of course everything is customizable. I will show you later on the settings that I had for today. These are not default settings. I just felt the NASDAQ, I prefer to kind of try and stay in the trend as long as possible, so I changed the settings a little bit. So in any case, we have the trend, right, and then there are two types of signals. There is the break signal. What is the break signal? And you're going to see those in the live trading video following this. So you see these dots? So to get a pullback, price or bars must close below these dots, and then to get a break signal, a bar must close back above these dots, and then you get this break signal over here. Now to qualify for another break signal, price must break these dots. So you see there is no break signal here because this move did not break these dots over here. So this first time, here is a break, price goes up, and then there is the pullback trade, and you see the pullback trade over here. And again, you get to customize as far as, I don't think I changed this, but you get to customize when this pullback signal will appear. Now, unlike the break signals which can appear a number of times in a given trend, the pullback signal appears only once in a trend. So in this bullish trend, there will only be one pullback signal. Now let's see if okay, so we're still in this trend here. The idea of the pullback signal, if you are looking for more than a scalp, the idea of a pullback, because it appears only once, is to try and hold the position for more of a swing trade as opposed to just a scalping trade. What you will see from this morning, the trades I took this morning are all scalping trades, and so I really just focused on these break signals. So kind of going back earlier from today, so again we see a change of trend, and then here the dots, bars close above the dots and then below the dots for a break short. Now this one took some heat obviously, but I guess officially this is the stop. Again, the stop has average true range in it. That's why it's advisable to put the stop when this line breaks, and that's why the better trades occur when price pulls all the way to this ribbon area, because that makes it high probability and fairly low risk, because there is not much here, right? Fairly low risk for price, let's say, to break this to make it a bullish trend again. And again, you see this pullback signal. There was only one pullback signal in a given direction, and there is more than one break signals in a given direction. So again, the pullback trades are really for those if you want to try and hold for more than a scalp, and this trade It goes quite a bit. Again, you see here, this is a break trade, but you see how great it is when price can pull all the way back to the ribbon, deep in the ribbon, and then still a bar would close below these dots. These kind of trades, I find, generate those high probability and fairly low risk situations. To me, these are the ideal trades. So it was an ideal trade, I guess, in the short. Let me find you one in the long. So here is one in the long, right? Here is the pullback. The pullback again, one per direction, and here is the deeper break signal here. Kind of again, once price goes into this ribbon, in my opinion, it just creates better situations. Again, when I say situations, I mean, you know, a probability of success, versus the risk. The risk is not as great as sometimes when a break signal appears higher. Obviously the risk is greater if your stop is, as it should be, below this line. But you're gonna see from my trades this morning, my stop was not always below this line. It all depends where the signal occurred. So here is an example of another short. Right here is the pullback, one per direction, and then the break signal. Here, by the way, is an excellent example of I guess what I consider to be a really nice long setup. Again, when price goes into this ribbon, and then we have a signal. For the most part, it would be a break signal, but it also could be a pullback. For it to be a pullback signal, it would have to happen in the beginning of the trend. So let's see if this one had it. Yep, here it is. Here is the pullback signal. So the pullback signal will occur much closer to the beginning of the trend as opposed to later on. Then you're going to see only break signals. Alright, so we are about 20 minutes after the session started. What I'm looking for is a signal deeper in this ribbon, like right now. If I'm going to get along now, this is the kind of trade I want to start the morning with. Those are very high probability. Here we go. So we have a signal. I'm going to put my stop.
Target filled.
Okay, so the ideal is that the stop goes below that blue line for a long. This was a break signal. You see how the bar closed above those descending lines. So this makes it a break signal, and before that we had a pullback signal. There's only one pullback signal in a given trend.
Target filled. Target filled. Target filled. Target filled.
So these are the parameters I had for today. I changed some of the settings, and that is because I prefer for a trend not to be switched too quickly. By default, especially for the NASDAQ, you can have a change of trend even if it's really not a change of trend but just a retracement. So for example, I would not want something like this to be a change of trend. So I changed some parameters to allow for price, and if you trade the NASDAQ, you understand price moves a lot. And so just because there is a move against the current direction does not mean it's a change of trend. And so that's why I changed The settings, again, I can put them on so you can take a screenshot if you're interested. It's mainly these over here that I changed. As far as the type of signals, right? So I prefer signals that are either within the ribbon or very close to it, because then my risk is less, right? Because as long as price is above, in case of a long, this blue line, well then it's still bullish. However, let's see, like here, right? Here is a signal, but you see how far it is from the ribbon? So the signal is a valid signal, but to me, the risk is too much. Because as long as price is above the blue line, it's still bullish. My stop would need to be here. It's just too much. Now, yes, it would have been a winning trade anyway, but you don't know it when you're here, right? So I prefer these kind of trades, signals, like these. Another good one, this is the pullback signal. Again, right by the ribbon or even inside the ribbon is even better. Kind of like this here, like this to me is an ideal trade. Right over here, right? It's actually almost changes the trend, but not quite, and then reverses, and then there is this break signal, and this has just a lot of potential profit and not that much risk. So this to me is the perfect signal. Alright, my computer clock, rhythmic clock, the account used today, and this is PANA Kanal. So especially when things are moving and even when things are somewhat choppy, this system can really find great signals, great trading opportunities. It is a trend following system. I prefer trend following systems with a pullback. Here the pullback is very effective because it anticipates, in case of a break trade, the bar to close below these trailing dots. Again, this ribbon over here, in a case of a bearish trend, this is the resistance. This is based on Fibonacci and true average range, which makes it very effective in identifying a shift in price momentum. So overall, great for scalping, and I imagine on a higher time frame this could also be great for swing trading, especially if you can get the pullback signal. Alright guys, this is it for today. Please leave me a like if any of this helped you. Make sure you look in the description for any deals or information. Thank you all. See you next time.